क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो हमारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, was you live at zero, मौज में रहो, be happy. Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. When we think of leading spiritual life, we have two options. One option is leave everything and go in the forest and live. Then no rules and regulations are applied on you. When you wake up, what do you do, what you eat, do whatever you like. And committed to the truth. The second option is we have to live in this world very much. So if we have to live in this world, we have to follow the do's and don'ts associated with the society. That is what is called as the Varnashrama Vyavastha. Varnashrama Vyavastha means what? What is Varna? Varna is Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. So according to your makeup, if you are Brahmana means knowledge predominant, Kshatriya action predominant, Vaishya trading predominant, and Shudra service predominant. So limit yourself in your field. Don't try to encroach somewhere and become a laughing stock. This is Varna Vyavastha. Then Ashram Vyavastha. So we are Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi. So if we are Brahmachari, focus attention on studies and success in your field. Then Grihastha, then get married. And then lead a married life according to, again, do's and don'ts within Nisheda. And how long are you going to live? One day you have to decide to leave the children at their own. Don't meddle in their life. Then Vanaprastha. Prepare yourself to go to forest. Now what is that preparing to go to forest? Give up dependence on anything. In the married life, the husband is dependent on wife for every small little thing. I have seen one couple in Pune. I used to stay with them, very loving couple. The husband was healthy and the wife was a mobile exhibition of every disease. So her purse used to carry the whole CB pharmacy. And he used to make fun of her. My wife doesn't take food. She takes only tablets. And she was happy-go-lucky, never complained about anything. And he used to always make fun of her health. As the time passed, then one day she died. Next day this fellow got up and became totally paralyzed as if. Thereafter he lived for 8 years. 3 daughters. So 4 months in each house. And what japa he was doing, I myself seen that. She gave me tea. Then she went to her room. Then she kept her tea on her table. Then she lied down and she never got up. This was his mantra for the next 8 years. Because he has not spent any time on something higher beyond relations. Vanaprastha is a stage in our life. We have to discover independence. Don't hang around on anybody all the time. And then comes the sannyasa. So, if you are alone, then lead a life of sannyasi. Don't take sannyas. Many people have got that funny thing that now I am done everything, wife gone everything, now I want to take sannyas. Swamiji, give me sannyas. I said, it is not a Tylenol, give me Tylenol. But I said, you may want, I won't give. Then that man said, okay, I'll go to Rishikesh and take. I said, go. He went there. And he took sannyas. So when he took sannyas, do you think his wife will keep quiet? Maybe lungi. She also took sannyas. And thereafter they came home. Sannyasi. Earlier husband, wife, now sannyasi. And old habits in the morning, he tells, can you get me a cup of tea? To whom you are talking? I am no more your wife. Do yourself. Give me also. And they became cartoon of sannyas. Friends, sannyasa is not what is outside. Dehanyaso hi sannyasaha. Naiva kashaya vasasa. Naham deho mahatmeti nishchayam jnana lakshana. Freedom from body identification and thereby living through the body and no more living as the body. If you understand the depth of this statement, you will know when we are no more living as the body, we will not talk about the past. Past belongs only to the body, not to us. We are always present. And when we don't talk about our past, we will not have self-pity. In the old age, self-pity is the most terrible experience of life. And such people live death. You go to some places, you are that old man. Babaji, did you get a cup of tea? If somebody throws, I can take it. You have finished your food? If they give, right. How is your health? Abhi mare nahi. To maro. Don't have self-pity. This is the best time of our life when we deeply dive within. And therefore, these two things, Varnashrama Vyavastha, Ashrama Vyavastha, where we are, according to that, we have to conduct ourselves with ourselves. Varna Vyavastha, whatever we are, we have to conduct ourselves in the society. So these are the two areas where we have to live our life. With ourselves and with the society. With the society according to your abilities and with ourselves with the position in life. The Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa. And thereby we become qualified for higher spiritual practice. And what are those things? We'll see now. 25th mantra. Shatrau mitre putre bandhau. Ma kuru yatnam vigraha sandhau. Sarvasminnapi pashyatmanam. Sarvatro sruja bheda jnanam. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. Kshatrau, mitre, putre, bandhau, ma kuru yatnam vigraha sandhau. Don't create friends and enemies. Don't get lost in your relations. Putre, actually I want to come, but my son, useless fellows. This particular thing I have seen in this um, backward country. You may call it forward, but it's backward. Parents are afraid of their children. So then whole life goes around them, continuously. And what is that? I am not telling out of imaginary scene, particularly our Indian society. My son goes for tennis. Do you think the other lady will keep quiet? My daughter goes for Bharatanatyam competition. Whole life goes around them. And when they are manageable age, I asked one of my friends, I said, hey, what about your children's marriage? Swamiji, if they invite me for their marriage, I'll be lucky. They will tell, Dad, we are getting married on such and such date. If you get time, drop in, please. And then frustrated, Swamiji, back home, when we were living there, how obedient we were to our parents, how decent we are living our life. Why our children are like that? Simple. We had good parents. Our children are unfortunate to have dumb parents. Suffer. Don't get involved in anybody's life beyond limits. You have read Ramayana, is it not? One thing I'll tell you from Ramayana, which you have not known. What was the cause of the death of Dasharathji? Ram. Because of Bhagwan Ram, Dasharatha died. So when your son is the avatar of Narayana, this is what happens to the father. Your children are kabutar. What do you expect? Whole life goes in that. Therefore, Shatro, Mitre, Putre, Bandho, Ma Kuru Yatnam, Vigraha Sandho. Lead your life. If they ask, do tell them. If not, let them. You can't do anything. Don't suffer. Then, Sarvasminnapi Pashatmanam. So, try to see their standpoint, what they are going through. And slowly, slowly, we start focusing our attention on ourselves. Sarvatra Usruja Bheda Ajnanam. Then the wrong notions about ourselves, about the world, about God, about spiritual practice, all these wrong notions should be rejected. Remember these four principles. We are all leading notional life, not national. Notional. One notion about ourselves. Second notion about the world. Third notion about the spiritual practice. Fourth notion about God. And with those wrong notions, we continue our whole life and suffer. So if we correct our notions, so what will be the one with reference to this? We are playing so many roles according to the various relations. But limit yourself within that role during that period. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%. Don't carry the burden throughout day and night. That is what is the real spiritual practice. Sarvatra Usruja Bheda Ajnanam. Give up these wrong notions that we are 100% mother, 100% father. No, it's a fraction of us. One part of me is the mother, one part of me is the wife, one part of me is the daughter, one part of me is the sister, one part of me is the mother-in-law, one part of me is the daughter-in-law. How many of them? And who are miserable? All these entities who do not exist. What can you do? The only real spiritual practice I am telling you, recognition of the illusion as an illusion is the only way to get out of illusions. See? Like, there is no option whether we will be identified with the body or not. We will be identified with the body. Like there is no option when you stand in front of the mirror, there will be reflection. Now the next step, do we take the reflection as real or merely an appearance? Similarly, do we take the body identification as real or merely only transitional, not the real one? Your whole life will change. See? Vishwam pashyati karya karanataya swaswami sambandhatah शिष्याचार्यतया तथैव पितृपुत्राद्यात्मना भेदतः स्वप्ने जागृति वाय एष पुरुषः माया परिभ्रामितः तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये. This world comes into existence when we give a status of reality to cause and effect. Vishwam pashyati karya karanataya. Then Swami sambandhatah, I am the boss and I am the subordinate. Then Guru Shishya, I am Guru, they are disciples. And then I am father, they are my children. And this burden we carry throughout life. Where do all they go when we are in deep sleep? They go nowhere because they don't exist. Work on this line of thinking. Slowly, you will stop reacting in life. And when we stop reacting, what happens? Kamam, krodham, lobham, moham, tyaktvatmanam bhavayakoham, atmajnana vihina mudha, te pachante narakanigudha. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. So, what is the spiritual practice? Two aspects. What we are not reject, what we are assert. So, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, these 6 things are called as the Shad Ripu. Ripu means enemy. These are our 6 enemies. So, how they come? Krodha, Lobha and Moha, they are the modifications of the original Kama, desire. When we have desire, what are the options? Desire is fulfilled or desire is not fulfilled. So when the desire is fulfilled, it ultimately leads to lobha, greed. Want some more, want some more, want some more. If the desire is not fulfilled, it modifies into anger. And both desire and anger and greed, they are Trividham narakassedam dvaram nasharam kama krodhastata lobha tasmade tatrayam tyajed. Desire, anger and greed, they are the gateways to the hell. Naraka. See, in Sanskrit language, ka is a pratyay. When it is added to a word, it doesn't change the meaning. Bala means a child. Balaka means a child. Nara, Naraka. I am just telling what is there. I am not creating. So, one child, he asked this question in some camp. There are 3 gateways to the hell. How many for the heaven? I said only one. Why? Rush. Hell, there is more rush. Heaven is always empty. Therefore, kama, krodha, lobha, moham tyaktva. So what is the spiritual life? We begin from here. Fulfillment of desire is bondage. And transcending the desire is liberation. I want this way. If I get it, I want more. If I don't get it, I get hurt. And if I know, jo hai, theek hai yaar, go ahead. See? Never demand any special status in life. Friends, if we really want to walk spiritual path, understand these 2 things. Number 1, we are non-specific existence. Nirvishesha satta. What we are doing? We are carrying the burden of visheshata, some speciality. I am man, I am woman. I am young, I am old. I am beautiful, I am awful. I am married, I am unmarried. I am rich, I am poor. I am Indian, I am not Indian. How many specialities on our head? In that one more, I am spiritual also these days. Hare Krishna. Just be, don't become anybody. And when you are just be, don't expect anything from anybody. And when you don't expect anything from anybody, be attentive. You never get hurt in life. See? Suppose I expect something from this boy. And he doesn't know that I am expecting. So he will not do that. Then I will get hurt. These days, the boys are so irresponsible. They don't respect elders. अरे लंबा हुआ तो क्या हुआ? जैसे पेड़ खजूरा. छाया नहीं पथिक को फल लागे अति दूरा. The old people have got that terrible arrogance. The youngsters don't respect us. Tell me, what is our contribution that our age is growing? What we do to become old? But what an abhiman. And therefore, they want to sort them out from others. पानी तेरा रंग कैसा जिसमें मिलाया वैसा. Remain relaxed. We don't have to prove anything to anybody. Remain in the utter present. That is what is spiritual life. So, such person, kamam, krodham, lobham, moham, tyaktva. When you give all that, then atmanam pashyati soham. Then they can focus their attention on who am I. See? So, am I miserable as a husband, as a father, as Indian, as an officer, as a subordinate? Who am I? All the conditions, specialities are dropped. It is easier to be common than to be special. Wherever there is a speciality, you will see special people are very snobbish. You go in the economic class, people talk. कहाँ से कहाँ जा रहे हैं? You go in the first class. Special. This is how we create problem for us. Yaktvatmanam pashyati soham. Then atma jnana vihina mudhaha. So those dull-witted fools, atma jnana vihina. They have never spent a moment in their life to find out their correct identity, and therefore te pachante naraka nigudha. They spend their whole life in the naraka. Naraka is frustration, depression, seeking attention, want recognition. And this is all because we take ourselves with the body. See, friends. Therefore, life is freedom from desires. Desires of having things, desires of having recognition, desires of having this, having that, nothing. The first Bharat Ratna was given to one Dr. Matre by V.V. Giri, then president. He was responsible for ONGC in India. So when I happened to go to his house, he was no more there. His wife had become, totally I won't call it mad, but she was blank. Nothing understood. So with his daughter, I went there and saw the house in such a mess, dirty, nothing. So I was seeing on the walls. There was one certificate, Bharat Ratna, hanging on the wall. Wall is Bharat Ratna. See, friends, let nothing in this world disturb us. Then we are working on ourselves. Give up on the speciality. So te pachante naraka nigudha. If we do not, then we continue suffering in life. Therefore, next mantra, what should be done? Geyam Gita Nama Sahasram Dheyam Sripati Rupamajasram Neyam Sajjana Sange Chittam Deyam Dina Janaya Chavittam Bhaja Govindam Bhaja Govindam. When all the knowledge was given, Brahmaji asked his disciples, okay, you understood everything. Tell, what is the meaning of the? Not the English THE. Okay. What is the? So, the gods, they understood the means Danta. Let us not be indulgent. Then, Danavas, they understood the means Daya. And human beings, 3 disciples, they understood the means Dana. Word is the same. What message we get in our life. So here, Geyam Gita Nama Sahasram, we have to have a proper GPS in our life if we want to travel properly. And the GPS is our Gita and this Vishnu Sahasranam. See, there was a great saint, the guru of Shivaji Maharaj. In his composition, there are 205 of them. They call Manache Shlok. He is addressing his own mind, not to others. And he begins, Mana Sajjana Bhakti Panthe Chizave Tari Shri Hari Pavijito Svabhave. We must have an anchor in our life to hold on to. And what is an anchor? Before that, we surrender. And with that surrender, then we have to study Bhagavad Gita. I told you the technique. So we have to study Gita every day. Don't have any option given to yourself. I am telling study. And for that reference also I gave you. Gita Press, Ram Sukdaji Maharaj's commentary. That is according to the scriptural authority. It was not done for popularization of Hinduism. It was not done for showing one's ability to interpret in the modern language of science. No. It is according to the scriptural authority. Tasmat Shastram Pramanam te karya karyo vyavasthitau. Bhagavad Gita says, what is karya and what is akarya? What should be done, what should not be done? This is established only by the Shastra Praman. Otherwise, we can always change it and make ourselves fool. See? So, Geyam Gita, then Nama Sahasram. This also I told you, Vishnu Sahasranam, chant. You know what happens when you have got all these things? You are busy. There is one sect in Gujarat particularly, they call it as the Pushti Marga. Pushti Marga means Chappan Bhog, go on eating and enjoy. So in most of the houses, old ladies are problem. So what that Marga does? In the afternoon, when everything is over, they go to the temple. And after going to temple, that Panditji gives them so many flowers, so much of tulasi. They have to clean every flower. You have to go offer to God, should be clean. So each flower you do. Don't break it. Broken flower cannot be given to God. So slowly they have to. Then take the tulasi leaf, and on that you have to write with the Chandan Rama. And like that, make 1008. That lady is booked till evening. Therefore, it is said, when you go to Satsanga, there is peace. But where? At your home. Because you are not there. Hey, friends, we become problem for others. And therefore, keep yourself occupied in upasana. Upasana, when you do, you are willingly occupied to do something. It will not be a burden. Then, Dheyam Sri Pati Rupa Majasram. Then think of divine. Now, about this I'll tell you in a different way. Be attentive. Start playing. Spiritual life is play, like the children play. Home. Brother, sister, they become husband, wife. And thereafter, there is no choreography, there is no script writer. They see everything, what is happening in the house. And the same thing they imitate. In the same manner, we start playing what it is like being divine. Suppose I am divine. Means what? Means divine is not born. Am I born? Do I have the experience of birth? Divine doesn't modify. Have I changed? Same. Divine doesn't end. No death. Do I have experience of death? No. Divine is eternal presence. Can I experience my absence? No. Okay, I got it. This is what I am. Play. Don't become serious. Don't try to see God. I was sitting for meditation and I saw light. But only once. I don't know why the light is not coming. Change the bulb. Bulb fuse ho gaya. Change. Friends, remember, infinite cannot be repeated. Finite alone can be repeated. There are not two experiences, only once. There are no options. So, Deyam Sripati Rupamajasram. Slowly, slowly, our old habit of reacting outside, getting frustrated inside, and worrying, demanding recognition, special status, everything will disappear. And that experience is like what I give you an example. It will be is just an example. I have 7 daughters. Saptakanya. Six of them found out they are Beokuf and went away. I was very happy. 7th one was Beokuf. She was not able to find out anybody. Now, as a father, I have to worry about her. So wherever I go, I will think about that. I went somewhere, some cremation. There I saw, गुप्ता जी कोई लड़का है क्या? लड़की की शादी करनी है. वो मर रहा है. Because so overpowered by that worry. Anywhere I go, only searching for a boy. Ultimately, I got one dumb fellow and got married to her. The moment she is gone with, ah, त्यागी नहीं के अमृतत्व मानसु. No more worry on the head. ना कुछ पाना, ना कुछ खोना. See friends, slowly, slowly, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, play like this. Don't become serious in spiritual life. Then, Neyam Sajjana Sange Chittam, third one. Spend your time with Sajjana Sangha means Satsanga. And even if you are in the company of the Mahatmas, even if they don't talk to us, their silence is eloquent. See, friends. Neyam Sajjana Sange Chittam. And the 4th one, Deyam Dina Janaya Chevittam. Get rid of the burden of the wealth that you have. Slowly, slowly reduce value for the wealth. In this manner, all these 4 things are meant to work on the mind. Normally, with the mind, what we do, we only complain about the mind. Complaining about the mind is samsari. Working on the mind is sadhaka. Transcending the mind is siddha. 3 stages. Most of the people who come and talk to us, they have no other topic except their own mind. Ji, my mind is very disturbed. What should I do? Whatever you want, you do. Now you tell me. Now how can I tell you what your mind should do? You have to work on it. There was one sadhak, he went to a Mahatma. Sir, when I start chanting the japa, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, my mind runs here and there. What should I do? Beto. Repeat after me. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. He repeated. The Mahatma did it 3-4 times. Go now. So he went and continued chanting for 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, 2 weeks. And then he said, okay, now I can chant. And it stopped. Again came to the same Mahatma. Maharaji, for 2 weeks I could do it perfectly. But again it came to an end. Again the mind is running here and there. He said, Dumbo, I was chanting through your mind. How many times you want dependence? See? That was just a trailer. So, it can be done. Then you find out, you will come to know that whatever we have given importance to, that is the source of disturbance in our mind. If we have given importance, we have to devalue. This principle, you know where I learned? I was rather too much obsessed with cleanliness. Now I can adjust anywhere. Too much obsessed. And when I go to some place, I see the dirty things. I have to get so. Why these people are? Now you put me in a garbage can, no problem. Don't try. See? Whatever importance you give importance to your children, they will be the cause of your disturbance. You give importance to your God, He will trouble you. When you have given zero value to everything in this world, you will never be disturbed. Like we do so in deep sleep. In deep sleep, there is no north, east, west, south. You tell the children, see, when we sleep, our feet should not face the south. And when he sleeps, at night, he goes on moving. Which is the direction? See, friends, the day we recognize this principle, be attentive. Body identification is the cause of samsara. What is the spiritual practice? Start playing. If I am not body, what does it mean? See? If I am not body, then this waking world can have no impact on me. It doesn't matter whether I am in California or I am in Texas. It makes no difference. Whether I am a man or woman, whether softy or hardy, makes no difference. Then we play the role. Karnataka, play the role. Life will become light. Therefore, these are the four principles. Geyam Gita Nama Sastram, Deyam Sripati Rupamajasram, Deyam Sajjana Sange Chittam, Deyam Dirna Janaya Chevittam. Continuing further, Sukhata Kriyate Rama Bhoga, Paschadhanta Sharire Rogaha, Yadyapi Loke Maranam Sharanam, Tadapi na Munchati Papa Charanam. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. Sukhataha kriyate Rama bhogaha. For getting joy and happiness, we were indulgent in our life. And net result, paschadhanta sharire rogaha. But it ultimately leads to all the problems of our body, mind, etc. Yadyapi loke maranam sharanam, and we know every time this. As body, we cannot survive beyond limit. Nobody can help us. We have to accept gracefully, or we have to accept under compulsion. This is the real message of Bhagavad Mahapuran. After hearing the whole Bhagavad, particularly 11 canto, Parikshit ji discarded body identification 100%. Although he was sitting, hearing, everything was going on, but no more living as body as Mr. Parikshit. And thereafter, as per the curse, the Takshaka came and gave him a nice kiss and he died. Not Takshaka, this Parikshit. Now the story comes. If this was so, what is the use of listening to Bhagavad Mahapuran? Are Dambo. Prakriti will have Vikruti. You cannot stop it. But what can be stopped? These wrong notions. Earlier, he was living as a king who was given the curse after listening to the satsanga for 7 days. In the beginning of Bhagavad Mahapuran, there are 6 chapters from other Puran telling the glory of Bhagavad Mahapuran. And there the story is about, to cut it short, this Gokarna was giving the Bhagavad Katha for his brother who became a ghost, Preta. And after the 7 days Katha was over, this Preta ghost was liberated and he was ready to go to the divine abode. So that time Gokarna, the Kathakar, he tells, how come everybody was hearing? Only he is going to the, moksha or Vaikuntha. Why not others? Then the Lord tells, he was listening and reflecting on what he had heard for 7 days. Others were sleeping while listening. See, friends. Therefore, Shravan, Manan, Nididhyasan. What we have heard, do we reflect on it? Reflection is what? How it can be practiced in life. We normally react, hey, it is not possible. How can you live without body identification? That is not the way. Analyze your experiences and learn. Therefore, Sukhata kriyate Rama bhogaha paschadhanta sharire rogaha yadyapi loke maranam sharanam. Only the body dies. And this also I told you the other day, even body doesn't die. Body is only an assembly of 5 elements. When the body dies, the 5 elements go back to their own source. So who died? The mind doesn't die because what is mind? Mind is consciousness with desires. When there are no desires, mind disappears in consciousness. Who dies? Slowly, slowly, this becomes so deep in our understanding, then we start playing the game of life. Yadyapi loke maranam sharanam tadapi na munchati papa sharanam. And although this is the truth, yet we take that we are here for eternity. Get out of this. Let us remember this again and again. We are here only for spiritual evolution. Everything else can wait, should wait, must wait. This is our last life. There was a man, he happened to be in a well in Rajasthan. And there are big wells wherein you can get down by steps up to the water. So he happened to be there. And he was blind. So he didn't know how to come up. So the person from above told, look here, touch the wall of this well, keep on walking, because there is no water, keep on walking, and then the door will come and you come up, climb the steps. He said, okay. He put his right hand on the wall and started walking. And waiting for the right place, right time to come. And when that door area came, that time he had khujli in his head and kept walking. That door has passed. Again, punarapi janaram, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam. See, friends, satsanga is the ultimate. And last, most important word. We can be realized now and here. Not then and there. We cannot live anywhere but here. We cannot live any time but now. Mind plays fool with us. Either takes us in the different places or different times. You arrest the food of desha and kala, time and space. Don't give time and space food to the mind. Mind will disappear, dissolve. This is a sample. We remain in this experience 24/7. That is what we were told. Yogarato va bhogarato va sangarato va sangavihinaha yasya brahmani ramate chittam nandati nandati nandati. Now continuing further. Artham anartham bhavaya nityam nasti tatas sukhaleshas satyam putradapi dhanabhajam bhiti sarvatraisha vihitaritihi bhaja govindam bhaja govindam. Artham anartham bhavaya nityam. Money, money, money. While earning money, it is troublesome. While protecting money, it is troublesome. While parting away the money, it is troublesome. Putradapi dhana bhajam bhiti. See, even our own children become a problem for us if we have got lot of money. See, friends. Artham anartham bhavin. Nasti tataha sukhalesha satyam. If you have money, you have got problem. If you don't have money, you have got problem. Therefore, use them what is required. Don't get accumulative. So much thing we accumulate. Putradapi dhana bhajam bhiti. Rich people suffer because of their own children if they are rich. Sarvatraisha vihitariti. And this is what we have seen as regard wealth is concerned everywhere. We'll see. Take this Mahabharat. What was Mahabharat? Same thing. I want everything. Pandava should be killed. And how much area we live in our life? See? One of my good friend, they were living in Mumbai in a small, that they call it char, small room, 5, 6 of them, and then studied and then softy. When they become softy, they come to USA. And then a lot of money. And then I want to have a big house. Whole life I lived in small house. The imagination. And then he constructed a huge mansion. How many people are staying? Sons studied, gone to college. No, हम दो, हमारा एक कुत्ता. 24 hours taking that dog in the honey, darling. Wife is sitting there. Honey, darling, kutte ko keh rahe. And take that dog here and there and clean it and all that. Now that big house they have to show to somebody. So there will be some kind of programs. Please come to our place so that people can see, oh, such a big house and all that. And there is another funny thing I have seen in this country. Let us take a tour of the house. I say, ये tour नहीं करता मैं. And what is that tour? Swamiji, here you don't have to do it automatically. It automatically. That automatic has gone so deep in my head. When he took me to the toilet and he said, here you don't have to flush. Automatically it flushes. I said, excuse me, yes. Do you have to do or automatically it happens? Automatic. See, friends. And that becomes our prosperity, that becomes our achievement in life. Where are we lost? See? Putradapi dhana bhajam bhiti sarvatresha vihitari. And then they want to have this son, that son's room and all that. They don't want to come home. They come only on weekend with the clothes and carry the food for the next week. That's all. Therefore, friends, don't get lost in this world. Okay, now concluding 2 verses. Now come to the individual practice. Pranayamam pratyaharam nitya viveka vicharam japya sameta samadhi vidhanam kurvavadhanam mahadavadhanam. Now these are the stages which we can individually practice. Pranayamam is, be attentive, body and mind, they are held together by the prana. Like the stamp, earlier days, now in the snail mail only we use. Otherwise, we used to use the stamp, postal stamp. Take the stamp and put it on the tongue. And thereafter put it on the envelope. And then you come to know it is wrong envelope that you have put. Oh God, now what to do? If you peel it off, it will be torn. Then we take out the content from the envelope and give that envelope jala samadhi. Put it in the water. As a result, the glue is dissolved and you can peel off that in this stamp and use it again. If this is clear, exactly the same way, mind and body, they are held together by the glue of prana. See, pranayamam. When you are extremely at peace, your breathing becomes slow and shallow. There is no deep breathing and there is no fast breathing. When the quality of breathing is slow and shallow, to that extent, the hold of the mind on the body is loosened. It is only for this purpose. Pranayama. Then pratyaharam. Ahar means to eat. Pratyahar means not to eat. We have to have discipline. How much we eat. See. Always eat 50% of the capacity that we have. 1/4 fill it with water. 1/4 leave it for ventilation. But when we sit for taking food, as if this is the last supper, eat little. Hunger should be always there in the stomach. It is not, people call it Dakar. Dakar, it is not Dakar, it is a complaint. Ab ho gaya, ab ho gaya. See, friends, pratyaharam. If you are doing yajna, we put the ahuti in such a manner that the fire should not die, is it not? You keep on putting, the fire dies. In the same manner, we keep on eating so much, dabao, fire dies, and then from inside complaint comes. No. Pratyah. Then nitya viveka vicharam. What is eternal and what is ephemeral? What is real, what is not real? Think about it. Colors and forms are not real, vision is real. Sense organs are not real, mind is real. Likes and dislikes are not real, I is real. I is not real. Life is real. Life is not real. Shuddha Chaitanya is real. See, friends. Nitya Anitya Viveka Vicharam. Then, Japya Sameta Samadhi Vidhanam. Now, here, the very important point, be attentive. When we do the japa, what should happen? First, the japa is done to arrest the unwanted thinking process in the mind. First purpose. Second purpose, when we chant the japa, it should not be done as a punishment. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna. If you are a Gujarati, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna. Ultimately, JSK, 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 JSK. It is not a punishment. Bhagwan's name is taken like we take chocolate. We don't eat chocolate, put it in the mouth and take a glass of water. That we do with Ayurvedic medicine. Kutajarishta. Most terrifying medicine. After you take that for 1 week, the mouth doesn't become clean. Therefore, Lord's name is chanted very slowly and steadily. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Initially with Vaikhari Vani. When you are in your house. By that, slowly, slowly, our Vaikhari Vani becomes purified and mature. Then that name of the Lord migrates to Madhyama Vani. Then chanting the Lord's name doesn't require mala in the hand or any place. If you lie down on the bed, it will start Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai. When this is practiced, to make it still deeper, we'll do it right now. Chant whatever name you are chanting in your mind for 1 minute. Stop. So you have your experience. Now we will enhance this experience. You chant and you listen. Do it again. You chant and you listen. Stop. You have this experience also. See the difference? Actions do not need involvement of mind after some time. It becomes mechanical. And the sadhana is not done by action. It is done by the mind. So when we are chanting, that is karmendriya speech. And when we are listening, that is jnanendriya. So when these two things come together, you chant and you listen. You will stop complaining about your mind thereafter. Give it a try. Japya sameta samadhi vidhanam. This itself will lead into samadhi. Samadhi means what? Samadhi means Paramatma. We are not talking about Jad Samadhi, sitting in one posture for the not taking food and all that, It has nothing to do with that. We have to live in this world dynamically, cheerfully, happily, and it can happen only if He, the Divine, expresses through us. Therefore, Japya Sameta Samadhi Vidhanam Kurvavadhanam Mahadavadhanam. And while practicing this, remain alert, not doing anything mechanically. Whenever we become mechanical in our life, we can never lead to the destination. Life becomes a burden. Concluding, Guru Charanambuja Nirbhara Bhaktaha Samsaradachirat Bhava Muktaha Sendriya Manasa Niyamadevam Drakshasi Nija Hrudayastham Devam Bhaja Govindam Bhaja Govindam. Now here Guru Maharaj Bhagwan Shankaracharya gives us the parting blessings. Guru Charanam Muja Nirbhara Bhakta. He who has got absolute devotion, surrender at the feet of the Guru. What does it mean? Feet are the place where Vishnu Bhagwan stays. Therefore, when we do namaskar to the feet, it is Bhagwan Narayana is. Therefore, Guru Charanam Muja Nirbhara Bhakta. We have to follow the letter and spirit that we learn in satsanga. Samsarat achirat bhava mukta. You shall be free immediately from the relative world of joy and sorrows. Sendriya manasa niyamadeva. And it can happen only if you have perfect control over yourself. Therefore, yama and niyama sadhana. Yama sadhana is ahimsa, satya, asteya, aparigraha and brahmacharya. And niyam sadhana is shaucha, santosha, tapas, swadhyaya, ishvara, pranidhanani, niyamaha. Shaucha, external cleanliness and inner purity of intentions. Shaucha, santosha, content with whatever is there best. We don't want any improvement. Bahut badhiya. Start with that. Then the third, Shaucha, Santosha, Tapas. Tapas, I told you this. We have to have self-confidence. And self-confidence comes when we respect our knowledge in our life. Our knowledge is, we are not short of knowledge. What we are short of is practice of that knowledge. Shaucha, Santosha, Tapas, and then minimum dependence on things and beings. And tapas swadhyaya. Every day, Bhagavad Gita scheme we told you, study, and also watch your mind. Are we getting attached to something or somebody? Are we having some good or bad feeling about somebody? Are we creating impressions on our mind? Bhagavad Gita tells the second chapter, Sukha dukkhe same krutva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yujjasva naivam papam avapsasi. Live in this world in such a manner that no impressions are formed on the mind. Live in the utter present. That's it. And ultimately, Shaucha Santosha, then Ishvara Pranidhana. Bring God as the driving force in our life. We have to have this complete conviction. Whatever we are today is only because of His will. O Lord, thy will be done. As a result, there will not be arrogance of success and guilt of failure. This is what matters in life. Drakshasi nija hridayastham devam. As a result, you will discover your own divine nature, and therefore, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.